Ladies and gentlemen, today the impossible has been completed. And when I say the impossible, I mean the fact that this man made it this far into this run before crashing. We're going to watch the final moments of his game here. His round 508 run. 508. That is not a joke. That is not a meme. This man is he was so close, man. He was almost the first man in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to hit the double reset. Now, basically what the double reset means is that you see how there's a 256 up there. Basically, 256 is the round that the round counter resets. So it says he's only on round 250 technically, but he's added in this text to say 256 plus 250. So you know that he's technically on round 500 or he's almost on round 508 where he inevitably does get that crash. No one in this game so far has hit the double reset where it basically resets the round counter again. And maybe it actually works at that point. Maybe it's different. Maybe it actually works. Maybe it just continues to reset. But ladies and gentlemen, Riot is the GOAT. I will have his channel linked down below. And this is the final moments of his round 508 run. Now, apparently to get here, if you can see the timer up here, it has taken almost 24 hours of game time, which to be honest is actually less than I originally thought that it would be. Now, he is playing on the latest patch. He is playing on the latest everything because basically in the latest update for the game, they made it so you no longer can use Ring of Fire outside of your Ring of Fire. Like if you activate a Ring of Fire, you can't step out of it and charge up your next Ring of Fire. They have deactivated that as an option basically. And essentially, you are locked into, if you're using a Ring of Fire, it's best to just stand in it. And in addition to that, it has reverted the change where it wouldn't take the ammo out of your actual ray gun. So if you take a look in his ray gun stock, it's being taken out in the correct way now. So they have nerfed Ring of Fire, but honestly, this was a strat that I think really only I and a couple other people were using, where you would put down the Ring of Fire, you would step out of the Ring of Fire, and then use that area to charge up and get it ready for the next one. It's basically a less risky version of the strategy, and now that is no longer allowed. You have to do that risky version of the strategy. But honestly, not a big deal whatsoever. I think this strategy is going to stay unmatched. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of it. I really enjoy this strategy and how much fun it actually is. I know some people say, oh, it's boring, you're just standing in one spot. But for me personally, it's either this or running around in circles for 6 hours a day training zombies and then just making it up like a few rounds. This is such a faster strategy, and to me it just feels so much more involved, like killing zombies quickly. I love the fact that around 500 is possible in under 24 hours, because in the previous games, I mean, you couldn't even get close to round 500 because the game literally would crash on round 256 for the longest time. But personally, I'm a huge fan of it, and I hope you guys like this strategy too, because it is the strategy that's basically going to be moving forward with this map. Now, that's not to say in the future, when this is what I love about Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Right now, this is the strategy. It's that's plain and simple. The strategy right now is exactly what he's doing. But in the future, and as you can see, he has left because the boss zombie came and he doesn't want to risk dying to the boss zombie here. The thing that I'm interested about, and the thing that I can't wait to see, and the thing that excites me the most out of Black Ops Cold War Zombies is in the future, they are going to add new perks to this map. Whenever a new perk comes out, say, I don't know, Vulture comes out, something like that, they're going to add that perk to this map via the Wonder Fizz machine. So the strategy for each zombie map as the season goes on can actually evolve, get bigger and better. And that is probably one of the most exciting features of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War that they could have added in. The fact that the maps themselves can evolve. And I literally cannot wait to see what they do with some of the perks. I know some of the stuff has been leaked, but I mean, a lot of the leaks were wrong in the past. I mean, we had leaks about just about everything you can think of that ended up not being the case whenever the game actually came out. So honestly, I'm not going to read too much into the leaks. Again, they could just literally be leftover game files and everything like that. They could not even work in this game. Kind of like other stuff in this game has just literally been leftover game files, and there was really nothing else to learn from that. Now, As far as the Ring of Fire strategy goes, the only other change that I've really noticed with it is on early rounds, it doesn't actually kill the zombies who run into it as quickly as it does on later rounds. I don't know what causes that, or I don't know if I just didn't notice it before, but it seems like the Ring of Fire, the part of the Ring of Fire where it would kill the zombies who are running across it, that doesn't happen as quickly in the early rounds. I don't know if that was always the case or just something that was a lack of testing from my end, but let me know in the comments down below if you guys are familiar with this strategy, familiar with Ring of Fire and how it works and everything like that, because I would be super interested to know if I'm being crazy here or I don't know. Either way, man, Black Ops Cold War has been a lot of fun, and this guy has really taken the high rounds to new levels that we really haven't seen before since like Shi No Numa on World at War, which literally has an infinite round. This man still has a stock M16 in his hand. He literally has a stock M16. He got the ray gun and he said, hey, let's go. That is one thing that I wouldn't mind, and don't tell anybody, but I'm working on a method right now to actually pack-a-punch the die shockwave. There's a method, and I know that it works because I'm working with someone to recreate what he did. There is a method out there right now to pack-a-punch the die shockwave in the game and get an actual upgraded damaged version. Like, you can use the die shockwave and it upgrades and it actually does more damage than before. I'll put that video out on the main channel whenever we do actually get it working to a T, but we're working on it. It's something to look forward to and something that I don't want to get patched or changed at all before we actually like figure out 100% method, so everyone can have a little bit of fun. It's reminiscent of the old days on Shadows of Evil, the Apothicon Servant upgrade hunt. It's very reminiscent of that. I'll say that much for sure, and I'll let y'all know whenever we figure that out. Ladies and gentlemen, that being said, we are coming up here on the end. I'm just checking my timer. It looks like this man is about to go down. Huge shout out to Riot for actually creating this huge, like, I just can't wait to see the double reset, man. He was so close. He was literally 5 rounds away from the double reset, and he unfortunately got that game crash, which I mean is honestly how a lot of these high round runs are making it. And we kind of had a discussion about high round runs and what we like being part of the high round runs, what stress there is and stuff like that. But honestly, in my opinion, this is easily the most accessible high rounds has ever been to anyone. But that being said, it's still very, very difficult. I mean, you have Lex dying on it. You have like, I've died doing this strat. A lot of people have died doing this strat, and for that reason, I don't think this strategy is so overpowered that it has to be shut down. You know what I mean? This strategy takes a lot of skill, even though it doesn't look like it. Basically, it's the kind of thing where if you watch someone bad do it, you'll understand how hard it actually is. But if you watch someone good do it, it looks easy, and it looks like you don't have to worry about anything. But honestly, when you're doing this, you're thinking and micromanaging and manipulating spawns in about 1,000,000 times a second, and it's something that I really, really enjoy. That said, Nuketown came out yesterday, and we did play a little bit of Zombies Nuketown on the new Onslaught game mode on PlayStation, and I gotta say, Onslaught is not it cheap. Yeah, as you can see right there, he stepped out of his Ring of Fire but wasn't actually gaining any like energy for the Ring of Fire, and that's one of the new changes here. So it's not the best thing in the world, but I understand why it's a thing now. I think that was honestly an unintentional bug, and you're not really supposed to be able to charge something up while you're currently using it. It's not your fault if you get, or it's your fault basically if you get pushed out and aren't able to stand in your Ring of Fire. So I understand the change, but man, I really, the only thing it made me want is it made me want that map with just normal round-based game mode. I just want Nuketown because it's a free map for everybody. It came out for everybody. I want that map with just round-based game mode. I want it unlimited. I want it like just with a Wonder Fizz. Like, you can make it really, really basic, and just give me a Pack-a-Punch, just give me an upgrade station, and let me just play that map normally, because it was so fun, except for the fact that Onslaught is so bad. It literally was so bad, man. I don't know if y'all have played any Onslaught, but if you guys are on any of the other consoles, or if you're on Xbox, if you're on PC, you're honestly not missing anything, and I mean anything. Oh, is this where it happens? I think this is where it happens. Oh, you see his game like stuttering and lagging a lot? I wonder, does he? I think he feels it. He's like, wait a second. He's like, wait a second. That's not supposed to be happening. So he actually uses a different strategy than me here. I'm just now realizing this. He's on round 508 right now, but he's using a little bit of a different strategy where he actually dips outside, rounds up the zombies outside, shoots them on the way back in, and then comes back up, which honestly, now that I'm looking at it, is probably a better strat, because I would use the strategy where you would jump down into the portal, you would ride the portal down, then you would ride the portal right back up, and then just get back in position. And honestly, I think I'm liking his strategy a lot more for this. So next time I go for a high round, which I'm not sure when that's gonna be, because I'm still like, I can't imagine how would you feel on round 508 crashing. Doug, I was so sad on round 208 crashing. I was so sad on round 208 crashing, and this man 508 and crashes. I think it's the next time he goes for ammo. I want to hear his reaction, because I've kind of had it like really low this entire time, so it doesn't blow out. It doesn't get DMCA copyright claim because he's playing some DMCA music. But I'm gonna turn it up and listen to his reaction whenever it happens, because if this man is just really chill about it, I give him the most respect, man. Riot's like, oh wait, did he beat round 508? I guess technically. Oh no, wait. That's just how many zombies are in this round. Bro, I want to know the calculation of how many zombies actually spawn on around 508 compared to like literally round 1. Oh yeah, I just looked at the radar. He's like got 1 billion zombies left. Also, those dogs teleporting have got to stop. Those dogs teleporting have absolutely got to stop. I don't know what causes them to literally just like disappear and then reappear back in the spot. I really like this strategy, actually. Oh. Fucking. And there it is.
That's it. Crash.
Well, there was literally nothing. It was just the little background music. That was it. Well, he seems to be taking it pretty well. It's hard to tell because he doesn't have a face cam.
GG, dude.
He just said GG. Okay, these people literally have the heart of a champion right now. 23 hours, 24 minutes got to the end of round 208 and a big fat rip in the chat. Guys, I will have Riot's channel down below. Final push to 500, round 200 speedrun world record. I mean, this man literally does it all. He literally does it all. It was a 9-hour stream and it ends in a crash. What can you do, man? What can you do? It's zombies. We're used to it at this point. You're fighting against not only the zombies, but also the systems in the game to not crash. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy it, please leave a like, please subscribe. Go check out Riot down below in the description. What an absolute legend, for real. Like, what an actual absolute legend. And I will see you guys. And there it goes. The game just dies. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.